An Argument Against the Moon Mission, written by E.L. Education. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin took humankind's first steps on the moon. Across the world, people huddled around radios and TVs, listening to fuzzy recordings of the lunar broadcast. The United States had done it. It seemed like celebration was in order. After all, the Apollo 11 mission had ended the space race. The United States had been elevated as the world's leader in space exploration. A new frontier had been uncovered, and science had prevailed. Meanwhile, almost 250,000 miles away and back on Earth, Black men and women were fighting for their lives in the American Civil Rights Movement. Peaceful protests for human rights were being met with fire hoses, dogs, and police batons. Poverty, hunger, and lack of opportunity were hurting Black communities. Neil Armstrong famously declared the moon landing as a great leap for mankind, but at the moment it happened, mankind was suffering on Earth. The Apollo 11 mission was not a victory for humankind. Instead, it was an expensive and painful reminder of the limits of humans' empathy and imagination. The moon landing required an incredible investment of money and manpower. Overall, the Apollo program cost about $25 billion. That amount today would be more like $175 billion. The Apollo program also required the ideas and hard work of some of the most brilliant minds on Earth, 400,000 minds to be exact. Nearly 500,000 engineers, scientists, and technicians contributed their time to the program. That money and thinking could have instead gone towards solving social problems. Imagine if 400,000 brilliant minds, teachers, activists, and lawmakers had collaborated to address issues of inequality. That would have come with a cheaper price tag, too. The United Nations, for example, estimated in 2008 that it would cost $30 billion in today's money to solve world hunger. That's a fraction of what it cost to go to the moon. By investing so much in the moon and so little in Earth, the United States sent a clear message that people matter less than competition. That message suggests a profound lack of empathy. When John F. Kennedy delivered a speech in 1961, urging the United States to support his plan to send humans to the moon, national attention moved away from issues on the ground. Also in 1961, Black people still did not have the right to vote in America. Schools in the South still separated their Black and white students. The Civil Rights Act, which made discrimination based on gender or race illegal, was still 3 years away. There were problems that required immediate attention and resources. Essentially, the United States chose intergalactic success over basic care for its people. Although a trip to the moon might be seen as a symbol of humans' imagination and pioneering spirit, the Apollo 11 mission is actually evidence of the opposite. As civil rights leader Ralph Abernathy put it, there was more distance between the races of man than between the moon and the earth. Instead of supporting America's twinkly-eyed obsession with space travel, Abernathy asked, why is it less exciting to the human spirit to enlarge man by making him brother to his fellow man? If America wanted an exciting challenge, solving inequality would have been challenge enough. The civil rights movement was complicated. Its success required a combination of legal, social, and philosophical considerations. Solving inequality and eliminating discrimination would have been, in many ways, a more ambitious aim than space travel. A true pioneer would have seen the fight for equality, with all its complexity and impact, as a true goal. The most famous images of the 1969 moonwalk depict two astronauts in puffy spacesuits. They are surrounded by their own lined footprints, the first footprints the moon had ever seen. An American flag planted in the moon's soil stands tall and proud. But pride is not what Americans should feel toward the moon landing. We only deserve the glory of the moon if we first take care of the people on Earth.